All right, guys, let's get into it. It's a best of 3 between 2 of the cheesiest guys out there. We have Special in the bottom right, who's just found a gateway outside his base. Oh my god, and Hero doesn't know that he found it because, of course, the gateway doesn't have much vision, so the SCV stopped there and turned around. Guys, Special in the bottom right, who's also doing 2 racks Reaper anyway, I think is what he's doing here. I think that's what this build is. So he's doing a really fancy 2 racks build. Hero is going Proxy Void Ray. Oh no, Proxy Gateway, so it's a 2-gate build. How does this play? And Hero, it looks like he's thinking about doing a secondary proxy over here, or maybe even taking a weird Nexus. I have no idea. So he's going to go multiple Reapers, and I think he's just going to go down there and try and depower the Gateway, which I think he might be able to do, but there's already a Stalker on the way. A Pylon has 400 hit points. It's going to be tough. So he's going to float his barracks over to complete the wall, get a bunker up, and then just chuck some Marines in it. Now the Reaper sees that's getting chrono, so he's going to go across the map and pin this other Adept at home. Unless Hero builds a shield battery, which he can't because the pylon, yeah, this Adept really needs to stay at home. You can see he's also preparing to go for a Nexus. So he does want to expand, but that's going to get blocked. The Reaper comes on in. This is a nice start for Special. Seeing this gateway so early has allowed him to prepare mentally and get in a good position. He's going to jump down. This is indeed the map where you have that nice little jump-in spot, and there is a bunker with a Marine in it. So the Stalker, realizing it can't take out a bunker on its own, looks like it landed 1 hit on it and then backed off 2 Reapers. On the other side of the map, a 3rd Reaper is actually building, and there is a factory all on 1 command center. Now that Adept is going to shade. Oh, he cancels it at the last second there. Now these 2 Reapers could be an Adept with great micro, but if he just pulls back to the high ground, could be huge. And with the second Adept, the Reapers do have to back off. Looks like the 2 Marines, now 3, are going to push that back very easily. But honestly, I look at this right now and I feel like I actually like Hero's position. I feel like Special's very good in these scenarios versus standard builds. But I think if you just take the game and you just mess it up and you make it really scrappy and wild, Hero is the guy who adapts so well to those scenarios. Now, I think it was actually Hero who opened that up. Bit of a quicker path. Ooh, he could actually potentially block these Reapers. Yeah, 3 Adept's going to be scary. There is a Twilight Council there, but Special has not seen that. He had to, of course, back off to keep these units alive, and I really like this transition from Hero. He just needs to chrono those probes, get back into it. Oh, he actually gets hunted down. He's going to lose at least 1 more of these as the Shade is faster. Oh, he even splits the Shades. Look at that. That Reaper goes down. This Reaper is the only one to get out, so he's lost 2 Reapers now as well. Ooh, that's really unfortunate because he's doing what appears to be a 1-base bio tank all in. Now, I guess you got to remember, Hero probably thinks there's a command center up, right? And the Cyclone is going to make it really hard for him to pressure, right? Because it's like, hey, you can't pressure into a Cyclone. That unit's pretty awesome. He's going to use the Adept to spot the high ground. Does lose an Adept there, so he's lost an Adept. The Reaper jumps on in as well. There is a Stalker chasing after him, another Stalker on the high ground. I'd love to see Special just leave with that Stalker. He sees the Twilight, he sees the Robo. He sees a completely normal build, and at this point, Hero does not know that his opponent does not have an expansion. Can he guess? Maybe. Maybe. You don't want to give too much away here as Special. What do you hide? Do you hide the Marine count? I think you maybe hide the Marine count. Because if he sees those extra barracks or realizes that there's mass bio tank, I mean, this is a 1-base Stim Shields tank all-in. This is crazy, guys. It's going to be a huge all-in attack, and I actually don't see it working, and the reason for that is that Hero already has 6 Stalkers out, and he's got Blink going to kick in before the attack moves out. 6 Stalkers with Blink should be able to pick off a lot of Marines, maybe 4 or 5, and then cut off the Reinforce. And then, as long as he gets a few more Warp-ins going, Hero will be fine. The 3rd and 4th gaps I don't like. If Hero knew what was happening, I think he would be actually building a lot more gateways right now, but he has no idea, and he doesn't have any vision. If he doesn't see this army moving out, he's going to be in big trouble. These Adepts, very important. Even worth losing those, as long as he can see the attack coming and get some warning, that would be massive. He's trying to hide it to the last second, and look at that, he's even trying to open that up. Oh my god. He might not even realize. Okay, he sees no expansion. At this point, he knows, and you're committed. Look at that. The SCVs are pulled. The whole army is going. It is a giant all-in for Special. And Hero here, he's trying to make a DT shrine, and that is actually genius, guys. If he gets that DT shrine up, there's only scans off 1 command center, and he's probably dropping a lot of mules right now as well, right? That DT shrine, unfortunately for him, is building In the natural, though, sorry guys, sorry for looking away from the action. Very important that DT Shrine's in the natural, so it's actually in an exposed position. The bio tank is moving forward, but I think with battery overcharge, I actually think he's managed to hold. The SCV is a little too slow on the pull. Tank's very exposed right now. He does take out all of the probes, but there's still a lot of stalkers plus that battery overcharge. And this is why I don't really like the Drilly Boy all-in pulls as much anymore, and I think this attack specifically was just a little too late for Special and doesn't quite find his way in. Hero, even though his proxy gate is scouted, seems to fare very well versus Special's 2-Rax Reaper. Alright guys, down here at the bottom left side of the map, he's down a game here. He's been struggling with this opponent recently. I really think he's so good when he's got the momentum, but it's a little bit hard against a guy who's so in your face. This is Special. Going to be going for barracks hidden behind the natural, so a sort of fake proxy build. And his opponent in the top right, Hero, is going to be scouting for proxy gates. Now, I wouldn't mind him just going for a quick Nexus and playing a super standard build order. Mixing that in can be really nice. That being said, Hero doesn't do that. Very rarely is he going to open like 2-gate Blink Robo into a third base or something like that. What the fuck was that from Special? Oh, that was him telling me, getting annoyed at me for not joining the previous game, I think. I don't know. Oh, chat's still just catching up with the previous game. That's what's happening. Never mind. I'm like, hey, what's chat commenting on? So yeah, guys, he's actually doing a pretty standard build, a really quick Nexus, and he's actually prioritizing gas a lot. So I think this is a Stargate Oracle opening for Hero. Is what I would guess. Could be DTs as well. Either way, Special is not scouting, so he's playing very defensive and kind of straight up himself. He's also not looking to react to anything until that Reaper comes out. That's going to be his first scout. So Reaper into Marine, and it looks like a factory will be going down here to complete that wall off with its add-on in a little bit. Pylon on the front is already up, and oh, I love this little pervert, but he pulls back just before he sees the Reaper. Of course, sitting on that high ground, a very cute thing you can do. So it's going to be a forward proxied Oracle by the looks of it. Adept is coming out. That Reaper will come in. Now, one of the tricks you can do here is you can wait a few seconds, let the Adept come out and finish its shade out to the natural and then come in. Because this was Nexus before Cybercore, that Adept was always going to pretty much be in a decent spot. Oh, does get a hit off there. You got to get out of there, buddy. He wants to see the tech and then get out. And he goes in. He sees, oh, I don't see anything. He doesn't want to lose the Reaper, though. Might have to go back to confirm. And do we see, looks like Tech Lab. So Cyclone, likely to be the next step. One Marine in the bunker. Reactor's almost finished. So we should be seeing those Marines building 2 at a time, starting up from now. Now, personally, I love hiding the barracks here in terms of keep it, if your opponent scouts, they might overreact, they might freak out. Unfortunately, the opponent didn't really scout at the start, did he? Scouted a lot later than that after putting his proxy down. Number one. Number two, now you can't swap that reactor around with the factory and the starport very easily. So I always find it really awkward. I also noticed that I miss a lot of Marine production in the early game when I put my barracks down here, simply because it's not on the same screen as my factory and starport. So there's a lot of like jumping between different areas to produce it. It kind of throws off my rhythm a little. Special, not as much of a noob as me though, but he's in trouble because that Cyclone is not ready for another 8 seconds. Oracle comes in. It's going to zap at least 1 or 2 SCVs down. Fusion Core drops actually right now for Special, and it's just down here on the bottom of our screen. Unfortunately for Hero, he does not actually see that, and he should get out of there unless a scan goes down. Oh, 2 hit points! 2? Oh my god. Well, you know what, guys? He only lost 2 SCVs. That could have been worse for Special. He's going to show us battle cruisers into Mech. Now, we almost never see this build work versus Protoss. We often see it get good harassment damage, but it's just, it doesn't seem to do that much past that point. And Hero, luckily for him, I would say is going into 4-gate Blink. So this is just Oracle into 4-gate Blink. This is like real straight up standard play. And Blink plus gateways, that's what you need against battle cruisers. So I think this is a bummer for Special. You can see he's got his gas lined up right nicely. 400 minerals, 300 gas, what you need for that battle cruiser. Starts that up almost immediately after hitting those. And Hero's going to move out to a 3rd base now, but yeah, he should have plenty of Stalkers to shut this down. And honestly, there's only a few things you really need versus Mech, guys. As a Protoss player, you need Blink to control the early harassment. You might need Detection, depending on what they're going. But other than that, you just make Charge, you make lots of Stalkers and Zealots, and then when they move out to take their 3rd, you A-move them. Now, if you're super pro, you also combine the A move with prisms flying around the back. You kind of come in the back door, siege up a prism in the back of their base. I often do that on both sides. One comes from the bottom right, one from the top left, and I try to do it that way. So that there's a few ways you can do it, but oh, Hero. Hero is the master of running his guy into oracles. Was that on purpose? Maybe it was. Maybe it was like, yeah, nah, there's no way. There's no way. That's such a useful unit. That's a silly idea, Pig. Anyways, guys, we've got a tank almost out, but I think Special, he's actually just going to be under assault. So the thing is, if that battlecruiser teleports to the other side of the map, he could just die. He's got to pull the SCVs to repair. Okay, good raise of the depots. Good quick repair. He's going to go for it. Oh, he goes for it, guys. Does Hero realize? Hero's going to have to try and bust him. I like these SCVs being kept here. Quick recall, but it goes to the natural, not the main. He's going to lose at least a few probes here. You got to get out of there, Special. Those Stalkers are going to kill that so quickly. To the dead space. Run! He's going to lose it. Yeah, that's a dead BC. Oh, well done by Hero. Just such a quick response. And that already is not a good situation for Special to be in. I keep seeing him use this build, and he must win some games on the ladder and in practice with it. It's just crazy because we never get to see it work in tournaments. And I don't know if it's because there's more pressure on or what, but that is such a terrible start. That is a 700 resource unit, guys. In of itself, that battlecruiser is 2/3 of his lost resources this game. And it's just one of those things is the power of the battlecruiser is its renewability. You teleport it home, you repair it, which costs very little compared to its original cost. Only 25% to get from 1 hit point up to max hit points for any units. That's how repair cost works. And yeah, basically, I mean, you do that and you just rinse and repeat. You use the Yamato gun, you just Yamato cannon units, you keep killing things, teleporting home, harassing. The supreme efficiency long-term unit for wearing your opponent down. But now, what does Hero do, guys? He's making Mass Gateway, he's making Charge, which is about to kick in, Double Forge, taking a 4th. And the thing is, he could take a 4th, probe that, and also probably kill Special at the same time. Now, I always talk about how to defend this situation, Special needs to fully wall this area, and then he also probably needs to, I don't know, maybe wall this side as well, or at least partially wall it. Second battlecruiser comes in, but with the Stalkers at home doesn't get that much. He gets 2 Stalkers, 1 with Yamato, 1 with his auto attack, and 3 probes. I mean, it is damage. Don't get me wrong, guys. That's not free. That's not no damage at all. Those units aren't free. I love these Stalkers on the high ground. So cute. Hero being very annoying. Hellions trying to drive around the map to get some vision, some pressure. And I do think the lack of a warp prism and the lack of an attack is a kind of missed opportunity for Hero right now. Special does have a pretty sick economy, and the numbers always look okay at this point where you're like, holy shit, he's actually fine. Look at the numbers. He's not. He's so dead. I hate to call it now, guys, but the problem is if Hero hits him anytime in the next minute and a half, 2 minutes, how is he going to deal with Zealots? What's he got? He's got 16 unupgraded Marines, 2 Hellions, and he has 2 Hellions. Wait. Oh, he does have a 3rd factory. Okay. I was like, dude, he doesn't even have a 3rd factory to build Hellions. That's where the reactor is. Okay, at least he's got Hellion production. I thought he was only on 2 factories. Still only 3 factories and 1 starport. It's not the greatest, guys. Now, it looks like his battlecruiser did teleport home, by the way. So he is going to start repairing that one up. Looks like only 1 SCV repairing it. The other one's kind of stuck behind it. Now, that battlecruiser is going to come in there. And he does have Yamato ready. Gets a cannon that's building. And run. Oh my god, Special. Oh my god, if he loses this, he will literally just tilt off the face of the earth. Still got Yamato ready up there. Oh, great force field. Nice play by Hero, dude. So those Hellions go down for nothing. And he actually needs all these Hellions in Hellbat form to defend. Because when these Zealots come in, guys, the Zealot Archon, you need Hellbats just to hold the line in front of that. He's trying to build a semi-wall. Remember, I was saying you need a wall on kind of both sides. But the thing is, there's holes in his wall, and I've talked about this a lot. You cannot leave holes in your wall, or the Zealots will get through way too quickly. And this is how he dies every single time he does this build, is there's this big weak point where it looks like you're at equal supplies, it looks okay, but you're not. He's got to pull all of his SCVs, because if he loses the tanks, he loses the game. The tanks focus fire the Stalkers. Oh, but the Zealot Archon just shreds the Marines, and the Stalkers are in the natural as well. Oh, man. And look, you can see, okay, he's barely going to hold on to the 3rd. And actually, he might be able to defend this time. The problem is that these units are much more renewable and easy to replace for Hero than they are for Special. So even now, 11, yeah, the Zealots come in. Battlecruisers struggle to deal with those Zealots, and even dropping fresh mules, they'll go down. Hellions will focus them down a little bit, but the Protoss can just replenish that. Now, there is no 5th base, which I would argue is a mistake for the Protoss player, because I actually don't think Archons are a very good unit against Mech. So I think you should actually be focusing on just saying on maybe 4 gases at most. And instead of these 2 gases, have an extra Nexus full of probes, or at least half full. And you can obviously transfer your probes at a pretty rapid rate, as that main natural is about to mine out there as well. Now, the Stalkers do take a shot. It would be nice if you could get rid of the Observer. The Observers, I've talked a lot about how bullshit that vision range is. There's no reason an invisible unit should get that much vision. But yeah, this wave kills him now. There's just no way to protect those tanks unless he had a completely solid wall in front, which he doesn't. It's just not going to work. Yamato is going to take out some of the Archons. The SCVs are not actually fighting right now. Oh, wow, Special's holding impressively well, guys. I may have called this too early. He's actually got 1-1. 2-2 will kick in shortly for our Protoss player. But can Special get another command center and secure it and all the rest? Fleet Beacon's on the way for the eventual Tempest transition. Hero really, like I said, he definitely could have done a Prism in the back door as well. Would have been very nice. Battlecruisers are not very good at dealing with that because they've got it, they're very slow. And Zealots take out yet another siege tank. These Zealots are very cheap units, man. The Battlecruisers teleport to the other side. So apparently he senses some weakness from his opponent and he says, hey, you're actually being silly right now. Prism flies into the turrets on the left. It was the right side that was open. Uh-oh. This might actually be the killing blow. That's a lot of Stalkers though. Oh, he's going to just harass from the edge. Okay, he's got no Yamato right now. But look at that angling. Yeah, right on the edge. Okay, 2 Yamatos. And he blinked too early, so only dodged 1 of the Yamatos. Dude, these BCs just got some nice value up there in that main. There's no Tempest out. He's got to start building those Tempests, but he's only got 2 Stargates, 1 at home, 1 on the other side of the map, and he's still making so many Archons. And I think this is the big mistake that's been made by Hero. In a lot of these scenarios, just a handful more Zealots, especially if they were multi-pronging, if they were hitting different angles. I think he could have broken Special. I still think Special's in dire straits right now. He's in a very difficult scenario. He's not going to be able to kill much here, though. Even with Blue Flame, the cannons plus the shield batteries there do manage to hold on. We've got Zealots in the top left ready to attack this base, which is looking very undefended right now. You can see Special is rather vulnerable. His Battlecruisers do have their teleport available. Carriers are coming out. Now that's an interesting choice because the Battlecruisers have armor upgrades. Now he is getting air attack, but I feel like carriers in general aren't the greatest first species. Oh, great dodge on the Stalkers. Hero being very cheeky there. Battlecruisers are going to teleport home, repair on up, let those abilities recharge. And an extra command center, which I think Special will try and take this low ground middle base. The aliens here, overwhelming numbers, able to take down some Stalkers, which is very cute. Zealots will charge on them, but of course they counter the Zealots. As more Stalkers come in, though, this does become a bit of an awkward trade for Special. He's got to get out of there now. He does kill another Stalker or 2, but there we go. He's going to take out that Observer. I do like the Raven being in there. These Observers have given so much vision, though. And look at that. He's got a High Templar waiting to storm this army, maybe to feed back the Raven. 11 Zealots warping in at a time. Hero's finally gone to that gigantic income. But there's 5 BCs out that are about to have +2 armor. That's very hard to kill. He's building Phoenix right now, which absolutely can't be the right call. So Hero, I think we may have actually hit a win condition that exists only when you're playing Hero, and that is Hero hasn't made it past 15 minutes in a video game before. So this is alien territory. He's in a new world. I mean, the Phoenix could pick up the tanks, I guess. That's incredibly fancy, though. This is where I do wonder if some Widow Mines would be actually perfect right now. Here we go. He's going to go for a big attack attempt. I think the SCVs need to A-move as well. He's going to pick up 1 or 2 of the tanks. The BCs are doing great, though, and the tanks are killing the Archons and Zealots. And indeed, that very strange Carrier Zealot Archon Stalker Phoenix push got absolutely wiped. That was not the correct call at all. And Hero is such a master of the chaotic early game. Oh, look at that. Even finds a bloody command center snipe. Special's got to be a bit triggered by that. Special's taking great army versus army trades. Is it enough, though? There's 24 Stalkers on this map, so yeah, he's got to stay on the edge. If he goes too deep, the Stalkers will mess with him. Stalkers on the left side coming forward. Oh, they could be big. Yeah, Mass Stalker is actually what you want to use against Battlecruisers. A lot of people think that's not the answer. Once they get Mass Battlecruisers, you will lose. But they need to get Mass Battlecruisers. Right now, we're looking at a Terran who can't even secure a 4th base. And oh, Special Caught completely out of position. The battlecruiser teleport to the other side, and it looks like now everything crumbles. And what a strange and unique and interesting game here. The BCs do a bit of fancy micro. He does finally defend those guys, but 17 more SCVs go down, and it's already a fragile Terran situation. So this is a big bummer for Special, who I thought had actually got himself back into this. But, damn. Battlecruisers, I mean, they want to trade, but Hero's not taking the bait. I think he should go along that back edge and try to get in behind the natural, maybe. He's going to try and fight these Stalkers. He's going to lose a battlecruiser for it. Teleports home with those, and I think at this point, there's no securing a fourth, right? He's got to lift his main and float it out there, but he's basically just going to go for one big all-in, and the Stalkers just use the mobility. You know, the Zealots are such a hard problem. People always ask me, like, why is Mech not good versus Protoss? And I always say, well, the Zealot. Because the Zealot has charge, it closes distance even better than a Speedling, which is obviously great versus Mech, but it's also an unarmored unit. So you need like Widow Mines and Hellions to deal with it. But the problem is it's just so cheap. So you force a lot of these units like Widow Mines and Hellions, which suck versus everything else Protoss has, other than the Zealot. And yeah, and then your Zealots are so cheap, and even when they have the answer, they need to always guard their tanks with Hellions and Mines. But then what if they've got to guard 3 or 4 bases with tanks? Well, that means they've got to guard tanks in 3 or 4 places with Widow Mines and Hellions, and that's where things can get a little nasty. A very good 20 probe kill on that Hellion run by him, and that's nice. Like the dream is not completely gone. It's just economically, the income is terrible. I mean, look at this. This is now 7 minutes of thousands of resources a minute extra coming in for Hero. So unless Hero takes literally the worst fight of all time, it's going to be hard for him. Look at this. The Observer sees everything. Now, he thinks it's only 2 tanks. He doesn't know it's 5 tanks there, but he gets inside the minimum range of at least some of them. He attacks on the right side at the same time. Does lose some units there as well. So he killed 2 tanks over there. Tanks do clean that up, and Special's going to go. Special's army. 8 tanks, 5 Cyclones, 8 Hellbats, 12 Hellions and Hellbats in total. 5 Battlecruisers and a Raven. He's rallying tanks, Cyclones, Hellions. So a mix of just traditional mech units. These tanks down here are going to catch this army. There's a lot more Stalkers coming in. I'd love to see Hero to go for more of a base trade rather than a frontal engage, because he doesn't have many Zealots right now. He doesn't have any Immortals, which is kind of wild. This deep in a game versus Mech to not have any Immortals, because that's what destroys siege tanks. And I really feel just cut off the reinforce, cut off the rally. That's the way to do it. You can see he's already threatening that. Oh, he wants to go for the big 360. Oh my God. Look at that angle from Hero. He comes in from every single side and he says, hey, Special, are you hungry? Special says, I'm not hungry. Actually, I'm healthy. I'm not hungry. Hero tries to just jam gateway units down his throat, and he kills a lot of the mech army, but he does not actually kill everything. Is that going to be enough for Hero? I think it will, but if these Stalkers blink into those tanks, for instance, that could be nasty. Oh, the Stalker flank. He's taken out all of the siege tanks. 1 battlecruiser falls. 2 battlecruisers. No, the battlecruiser's able to teleport out to the left side of the map. I don't know what he's going to achieve with this, though. What are they going to do? Go for a run by? These Stalkers going to go across the map and finish him. He's still got a mining base there, half a mining base there, or 2/3 on the minerals, half gas. And this command center with 35 SCVs on it is now going to be toast. So very well played here by Hero. A very interesting game. I love that Special plays this style, but I do question its efficacy as we never see it win in the EPT Weekly. I think I've seen it win 1 out of 12 games. Very cool style, though. And Hero, though, does show the power of the Stalker, the Zealot, the multi-prong. Very well played by Hero.